Hello people, Guy on Games, talking about Infamous and Prototype. I figured I'd do both considering that's all anyone ever does anyways. If they talk about one, they compare it to the other. Even though it really doesn't make that much sense because they're different games. But I also decided to talk about these because of Prototype 2, hearing about that on the VGAs. And I recently, like today, I beat Infamous the second time. Because as you could probably guess, late to getting the PS3, and that was one of the games to get. And I guess I'll talk about Infamous first. Like with that, it's a great game, of course. It's got the action's pretty good. The story is really good. It's like especially the ending. Like when you get to the end, it's like a great twist. And it's like, oh man, and it really leads up to the second game, which I really hope is gonna be just as good, if not better. Which I'm sure will be better. I mean, on the moves alone, if you've seen it, he does like a whole like lightning tornado thing. And that's not in the first one. And also read somewhere, or no, it was on G4TV.com. Like someone put a comment that they were even like revamping like how you get around the city because you use the railways to go all the way around or go around most of the city and power lines and stuff. You can kind of just like zip across them, and they're supposed to even be fixing that, which is cool because sometimes it is kind of a hassle if there aren't any lines around and you're just like jumping over buildings. Not that it takes forever, it is a difference between like going like around the rails or something. But outside of that, it was like the combat. I hope they changed too because it wasn't. I mean, not combat. The melee itself, like the combat is really good because you get like regular lightning. Um, you get what's called a megawatt, where it's like the charge like a ball that explodes and hits people. A little grenades that you can throw that stick to people. You get a special power. On the light side, it's like anything that's like metal or whatever, it electrocutes people. And then on the dark side of it, it's like just shooting lightning until your power drains out and you just like kill everyone. You also get a thunderstorm at the end where you can just like shoot lightning down and just control it with 6 axis, which is actually sweet. It just takes a lot of power, and well, that's pretty much it. It takes a lot of power, and it's not like it's really all around you. It's really like bolts of lightning in front of you and going down. But it holds a lot. The side missions are pretty fun, except for the surveillance camera ones. I don't like those because they're just kind of boring to me. Well, not really boring. It's just sometimes they can take a while if you get like a big building, and you have like two left, and they'll be on opposite sides. So because on the map it gives you like a hint where you're supposed to go with like the gold circle, and so you'll have like two left, and they'll be here and here, and the orb will be like super huge still. And you hit one and it'll be like, oh, that's why I couldn't find them because they're on opposite sides and like right on the edge. Um, that's pretty much it. It holds a lot, like even in one side, because the powers are different. Like the little grenade things, or no, not the grenades, the megawatts. Like on the dark side or the evil karma on the bad side, whatever you want to call it. It's really just everything is like doubled or tripled. Like by the end, the megawatt has like little grenades on the side. So like if you shoot, like if people are running away, it might stick to like one person or another person, and you have like four extra ones that are still just flying down. And the little sticky grenades, they hit and then it'll separate into seven. That the final upgrade. But on the light side, I like it better because you get the first power for the megawatt is you can shoot it and then do a regular lightning attack, and it can redirect the rocket. Like if you miss, you can just hit the person with the lightning, and it'll just turn around and just kill them. Which really I use a lot for people with Gatling guns. Like if you played the game, you know what I mean. If not, it's pretty much people with Gatling guns, and they had like shields, like stationary Gatling guns, and they had like little shield plates in front of them, and you can hit them like in the center of the plates. It's just kind of hard and they take a lot of your health, so it's not like you can just keep trying. But like I just shoot a bunch behind them, and you can just wait till they go way past, and you just hit them, and they'll just fly all the way around and just blow them up, and it's perfect. And the dark side, or sorry, I keep saying that, evil, bad karma side. Like by the end, you have like twice as much power because of the choice you make, and the lightning. Because on the light side it's blue, and the bad side it's red. But when you do it at the end, it's like red and black in the center, which looks way sweeter to me. Although it does look kind of cartoonish, which I didn't notice until I did the lightning storm attack. Okay, prototype. A lot of stuff with Infamous 2 and Prototype 2 coming out, and what I believe is the same year again. So the comparison will keep going, although it's not really that fair because they're different games. And like I read a comment on G4 where somebody was like, how can it be unfair to compare them, like two open world games about anti-heroes and stuff? And it's really like they have a point, but at the same time, Infamous isn't really an anti-hero game. It's like you can choose to be an anti-hero or a villain, because it's not like you're just not helping people, you are like disintegrating people. And the Prototype is just like, man, you're running, jumping off buildings and whipping like 50 people's heads off at once. It's like, that's kind of intense. It's just, there were a lot of problems that made it bad. It's like, a lot of people hated the story. I thought it was okay. I liked the ending, also a twist. Not as big of a twist, but it was a twist. Um, there was a mechanic where you would absorb certain people to learn more about the story. And like it would just be like random people on the street, and like a marker would come up, and you absorb them and learn more about what's happening to the city and how it first started and all that stuff. Um, One problem that I really hated was that everything was like exactly the same every time. Like there are side missions, like even in Infamous, it's the same, but it's fun. It's more fun. It's a wide variety of stuff. You have there's one to start up the trains, and that's after you do certain missions, more side missions unlock where you do like stuff you've done in the main mission of the game. There's like start up the trains for this city or for this island. Um, there's one where there's people. They have like it's called a terror bus where they have like machine guns and stuff, and you have to destroy the bus. One to get clean the water, or that's like they pump this stuff into the water, and you can either destroy it um, in a good way or a bad way. In one way, you lose some of the lightning that you have for a temporary time, and then the bad way is you just pump it until it charges, like you supercharge it, but it just keeps making people sick. But in Prototype is really like the best one. I think would be to kill a certain amount of people in a certain amount of time, because everything else kind of sucks. It's, there's one where it's like a race thing that's actually pretty fun to me, and you're like just running and you jump and like glide across the buildings, and that's pretty cool. And then there's some other stuff that's it's pretty much eh, mostly like fighting people is the main object of that game. just run and charge and, you know, kill everyone. The comparison, everyone, I don't know how that even started because they really aren't even close to being the same game outside of superpowers and, you know, like you can kill people whenever you want. And that's really it. I guess the thing with Infamous that people like, you know, you can play it twice. Totally different ending, different cutscenes too. You know, good, bad ending, different stuff happens. Or not the ending, but good, bad choices in certain missions. You get different cutscenes. And in Prototype, you don't. That's not always a one up on another game. I read that too. That sometimes that could just suck and it's not great. Another problem, like I said, everything's the same. With actually another thing I did was when you destroy buildings, it's exactly the same. That I hated. It was like they did not attempt to. I shouldn't say they didn't attempt. They just didn't do it like that. And you get missions where it's like destroy this building, which is really the same. You like absorb one of the commanders. You walk in, kill everybody in there, which is always fun though because they don't know it's you, and you absorb a couple of people and do it. You know, sneak and do it and absorb people. You get bonus, and then just do like a super attack in the middle and like blow up 5 trucks and kill a bunch of people at once, and then just kill everyone else and walk out, and then just blow up the building. But it gets destroyed the same way every single time, which I didn't like because it's kind of plain. And why does that happen? And oh, it's like Xbox 360. I'm trying to step it up a little. You know. And some people hate the graphics. I thought it was okay, but in the end, I will play both. I will buy both for sure because I mean, if you look at like the first minute of Infamous and then Prototype, you'd go Prototype. Just you know, but that's like one taste. You know, it's like a taste compared to the whole experience, and that's just something they have to fix in Prototype too. It's like make the taste as good as, or make the experience as good as the taste, because man, if you play like 5 minutes, you'll be like, Prototype is just better. It will not matter what 5 minutes. You will say Prototype is better. Well, unless you pick the end and you just have all the powers, in which case it's a little different. Start from the beginning, you'd probably say Prototype. Thanks for watching. If you do, check out my other videos. If you like this one, even if you don't, I want the views. I would appreciate it. Thanks. Tell people to watch this also. Even if you want to just torture them, I don't care. Just want the views.